Today we cannot fail to see that most people are getting fat. It's estimated that 60% of us are already obese, and a few but increasingly more people are experiencing morbid obesity, which is the end game for those who are already obese. It's not even unusual for babies to be born fat. It's a controversial subject, the kind that tends to go off the rails into theories that draw on pseudo-science rather than common sense. The fact is, there are many living species on our planet, and we're just one of them. We're superior, obviously, but we are as vulnerable as any of them. We must accept that, like any species, we do not adapt, we evolve. Evolution is a very slow process. Our internal body is identical to those humans who wandered out of Africa 70,000 years ago and began to populate the world. They had what we still have today, a digestive system that's created to process the natural foods provided by nature. We also have a basic instinct, intuitive eating, that guided us to the foods our body needed. But this instinct stood in the way of an industry that had planned to eventually take over our daily diet by gradually adding processed artificial substances to our daily diet. These substances are not benign. They include addictive chemicals designed to make these substances appealing, tasty, and irresistible. They're irresistible because they're addictive. Our basic instinct, intuitive eating, was the only thing that stood in the way of the industry, so they found a way to break it. Not a single medical or science authority have ever shown an interest in the food we eat. It has never been subjected to any tests or examinations. Our digestive system is designed exclusively to process our natural foods. It will never adapt to fake processed substitutes. But that has left our body with a big problem: what to do with the massive amounts of indigestible substances that our digestive system rejects. It has only one option: to turn the substances into body fat and distribute the fat anywhere on or inside our body. In short, body fat is the only fat that makes us fat, and we have no control over it. Too many people look for controversy and complicated theories. As is almost always the case, the simple, common sense answer tends to end up the right answer. For so long, I've hoped for a time when we can stop talking fake pseudo-science and start using our natural, common sense. If mothers eat processed foods during pregnancy, they need to think very hard about that. Processed foods are artificial. Today's diet is very focused on processed snack food, sodas, and energy drinks. These are products, not food. They contain chemical sugars, salts, trans fats, colorants, and other unnamed chemicals. If an expectant mother eats and drinks unnatural foods during pregnancy, so does the unborn baby. The effect on the unborn baby is no different than smoking and drinking alcohol. If the mother smokes or drinks, the baby also pays the consequences. But it doesn't stop there, because there are no warning labels on stuff that isn't real food. Consider your internal body like you do your exterior body. Just think for a moment what your body might feel about foods that are not natural. Manufactured, processed foods are not real foods. They're manufactured products, and they have proved to make us fat. They're the cause of an obesity epidemic. They're likely to also be the cause of diabetes type 2. They're clearly exhibiting highly addictive responses. Is it so strange to accept that if an expecting mother eats manufactured snack foods and drinks and gains weight in the process, the unborn baby is doing exactly the same? As obesity continues to affect more and more people, as much as 60% of the population at this present time, is it too much to expect a closer, more clinical examination of the foods we're being encouraged to eat and the industry that is providing it? Till 50 years ago, people did not diet. Dieting was not a normal thing to do. Getting fat was also not normal. The only difference in today's diet compared to 50 years ago is the inclusion of manufactured fake foods and drinks that simply did not exist 50 years ago. What this is really about is a food industry out of control, operating without guidelines or restrictions. Without being subject to any form of examination or inspection with regard to the content of the products, that are gradually eliminating the natural foods our body was designed to process. It has taken me a long time to put this very large story into a readable format. The result is what I've called the last weight loss. You can get the details by clicking or copying the link below.